All right, I've already been working for 3 freaking hours and I'm headed out to the farm. Yeah, gonna do some busy work until about lunchtime. Hopefully it's gonna rain and cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna chop myself into oblivion. After that, I'm gonna head up to the Bradshaws and go turn wood tomorrow at Bedford for the PA Champs and Cherry Springs. So I'm gonna be doing that in the rain, so that's always fun, but we'll take it as it comes. Everyone have a great Friday and a great weekend. Oh, the joys of insomnia. It's time to get this shit started. I'm gonna do some single butt cuts to warm up. I've been sitting for the past 5 hours since I got out to the farm. Had a very detailed deposition yesterday that I had to summarize, and there's been a lot of fallout from it with conferences with various counsel on it. So, yeah, fun. That was actually good for my client. So, anytime that you can take a remote victory, you take it. So, here we go. I've got a lathe turned 41-inch white pine. I'm using an axe that it's a 4, which is a 7.5 by 7.5. I call it Misa, which is Valerian for mother, if you're a Game of Thrones fan. Yeah. This log seems a little crisp, so if I can cut it in the low 20s, I think that's realistic. And Misa is trying to make the trip to Arkansas, so I doubt that I will use it, but I could use it at other shows. All there. It was firmish, but it was good wood. It wasn't bad wood, but it was all there. I had to cut it. It was 28 hits, and it took every bit of that 28 hits. And I didn't put anything out of place. I had like 3 sticks, 28 hits, 25 seconds. So, bleh. You know, I mean, you never know what you're going to get. That just happens with wood and with timber sports. So, yeah. Got a 38-inch pine. I'm using an axe I call Cersei. Again, Game of Thrones fan. Reference to the evil bitch, queen mother, queen, whatever you want to call her. So this is a fairly firm piece of wood. This is one of the leftover standing blocks. I believe you had to cut it under 23 seconds to make the final. This year I was 13th again. Bleh. And I think I was 23.8. So let's see if I can pull the thumb out. Got that in 12 and 9. This shit was firm as all hell. This front was firm. This was tight through here. The back was a good bit better. I probably didn't need this one hit up, but frankly, for an old fuck, you know what? That's pretty damn good. 3, 2, 1. I don't know why, but I saved this little pole, which is it's 11.5 inches at the top. So this is realistically what we'll end up with down in Little Rock. So I saved this pole for this, the last climbs that I do
before actually doing the finals or semifinals or whatever the hell I make it to. And so I've got an 11-inch turn log on top. It's a 35-inch log. It's bigger than the Steel Series, but be that as it may, this is a good popper pole. I'm still using the training axe. I'm not going to use a good axe on this. And I'm starting to have fun cutting trees. This year has been really good training-wise for them, even though I've yet to put it together at a show. So wouldn't it be freaking awesome if I put it together at the semifinals? Who knows what happens? Shit. Fuck! Gotta redo it. I gotta do it. Didn't make it deep enough. This tree's hard. I just stopped because I knew that there's no sense in being a bitch. You know, that's wasted training. You don't want to train bad habits. So I'm going to do these holes properly. And it's part of the game. You got to learn. And learning, when I know that a pole's hard, I'm going to have to go 8 hits and just accept it. Don't try to do 6. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take 2 cleaners on both the bottom and the top in order to make these holes right. So the right thing to do is to do it at the very beginning. And so, yeah, and the axe is getting dull as shit too. It really needs a good freshen, but I'm going to keep on training with it because, you know, I don't want to use anything else, and I like boarding with it. So, okay, let's redo this. I got a 38-inch turned white pine. I'm going to use an axe called Danny. This is a 2. It's a banana grind that Fave did up. It had a thick side on it, so David had to fix it. I think we'll see what happens. I like the way this axe cuts. Feels good too. Plus, the 2 is about the right size for this old fat ass. Just something about that axe. I just don't like the way it feels in the wood. It's still not letting go. In other words, when I'm putting it into the wood, something is keeping it from coming back out. Initially, it was really bad when it had the high spot on the one side. That high spot is gone, and it still doesn't want to come out very nice. And so I'm going to probably put that in my tulip box, to be frank. It cuts okay. It cuts great, but it just won't come out of the wood, particularly in pine. So we'll see what happens, but you got to know what you got in your tool shed or your box, your axe box, in order to move forward and make the most of it. Got a 38-inch white pine that was left over from Virginia Championships 2021. So it's been wrapped. This is a very red pine, pretty firm. I want to use one of my 3 remaining 8 baits. It is a one that Rob Spry did up. I call it Hawthorne. For those of you who watched Game of Thrones, you should probably get that one. But I've only got 3 8 baits left. One's an Osborne, which doesn't even feel like an 8 bait. The other one's an older style Tuatahi, which feels different than all the other 8 baits because it's lighter. But this is a newer one. They're a bit more cumbersome. They don't hang right. So don't have high expectations with this, especially since this wood's going to be firm. But I just want to try it. There's why I never use an 8-bait. Okay, like shit. My God, that's red. It's firm. So, woohoo! Now, 21 hits. Fuck, I'm getting old. Can't cut them an 8 and 8. Same holes. That's an 11-inch turned log. This is actually my wife's underhand log from Webster Springs that she didn't cut. So yeah, and it's not soft. So I'm glad she didn't cut it. I'm just going to climb on the same holes, go use the same axe. Again, it's just a trainer. Yeah, so let's see if I can get some balls in.